Give me what you got, cause I'm guaranteed to make you rock. I said 1, 2, 3.
From basement parties in the Bronx to Billboard domination in just 20 years, East Coast hip-hop went from underground phenomenon to cultural revolution. This is the complete evolution of East Coast hip-hop from 1979 to 1999. We'll witness the birth with Sugarhill Gang, the Golden Age explosion with Run-DMC and Public Enemy, and the Renaissance with Nas, Biggie, and Wu-Tang. Every game-changing album, every pioneering moment, cross-referenced with Billboard charts, RIAA certifications, and verified release dates. Let's start at the beginning. September 1979, when three guys from New Jersey changed everything. September 16, 1979. Sugarhill Gang drops Rapper's Delight, and hip-hop gets its first commercial record. The single peaks at number 36 on the Billboard Hot 100 in January 1980, becoming the first rap song to crack the top 40. This wasn't the first rap record ever. That was Fatback Band's King Tim III a few weeks earlier, but Rapper's Delight was the one that broke through to mainstream America. Over 14 minutes of rapping over Cheek's Good Times bass line, and suddenly the whole country knew about this new thing called hip-hop. But the real pioneers were still in the Bronx. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five were perfecting the DJ techniques that define the sound. Flash's The Message in 1982 became hip-hop's first social commentary record, proving rap could be more than party music. Meanwhile, Afrika Bambaataa was blending electronic sounds with planet rock in 1982, creating electro-funk and showing hip-hop's sonic possibilities were endless. The early 80s was still the Wild West. Most major labels wouldn't touch hip-hop. Artists recorded on independent labels like Sugarhill Records and Tommy Boy. Radio stations mostly ignored it. MTV didn't exist until 1981, and when it did, it barely played any black artists at all. 1984, Run-DMC drops their self-titled debut and strips hip-hop down to its raw essence. Hard drums, scratching, no live instruments, just pure hip-hop. Their second album, King of Rock in 1985, goes gold, but it's 1986 that changes everything. May 15, 1986. Raising Hell drops and becomes hip-hop's first multi-platinum album. The album peaks at number 3 on the Billboard 200 and number 1 on the R&B chart, the first rap album ever to hit that spot. July 4th, 1986. Run-DMC releases Walk This Way with Aerosmith, and hip-hop crosses over to rock radio. The song peaks at number 4 on the Hot 100, higher than Aerosmith's original version ever did. The music video literally shows them breaking down walls between genres. MTV plays it twice an hour. Suddenly, suburban white kids are buying rap albums. The crossover has begun. But while Run-DMC was conquering MTV, other artists were building hip-hop's artistic foundation. LL Cool J drops Radio in 1985, bringing charisma and sex appeal to rap. The Beastie Boys, three white kids from New York, release License to Ill in November 1986, and it becomes the first rap album to hit number 1 on the Billboard 200. Rick Rubin's production on these Def Jam releases defines what hard-hitting hip-hop sounds like. 1988. Public Enemy releases It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back, and hip-hop gets its revolutionary voice. Chuck D's baritone delivery over the Bomb Squad's dense, aggressive production creates hip-hop's most political album. Songs like Don't Believe the Hype and Bring the Noise attack media, racism, and systemic oppression. The album goes platinum and proves conscious rap can be commercially successful. The late 80s also births hip-hop's lyrical golden age. Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, Cool G Rap, all raising the technical bar. Eric B. and Rakim's Paid in Full in 1987 sets new standards for internal rhyme schemes and flow complexity. Kane's Long Live the Kane in 1988 showcases rapid-fire multisyllabic rhyming. These aren't just rappers anymore, they're poets, wordsmiths, pushing the art form forward. Meanwhile, hip-hop gets playful. De La Soul drops 3 Feet High and Rising in March 1989, sampling everything from Johnny Cash to Steely Dan, proving rap doesn't have to be hard to be dope. A Tribe Called Quest forms the Native Tongues Collective with Della, Jungle Brothers, and Queen Latifah, creating an alternative to gangsta rap. Their jazz-influenced production and Afrocentric consciousness offers diversity to the East Coast sound. Okay, we've covered the birth through the Golden Age peak. If you're loving this deep dive into East Coast hip-hop's evolution, hit that subscribe button, because we're about to get into the mid-90s renaissance, where Nas, Biggie, and Wu-Tang bring New York back to dominance. You don't want to miss this. By 1993, West Coast rap dominated the charts. Dr. Dre's The Chronic in '92 had shifted hip-hop's center of gravity to California. But November 9, 1993 changes everything. Wu-Tang Clan drops Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers and brings back that raw, gritty New York sound. 9 MCs from Staten Island, all different styles, all deadly. The RIAA, Say the RZA production using Kung Fu movie samples and Dusty Soul creates a cinematic, grimy sound that's completely unique. The album sells around 30,000 copies first week, peaks at number 41 on the Billboard 200, but its influence is massive. Wu-Tang's Kung Fu mythology, 5% Nation references, and street slang create their own universe. Songs like RIAA and Protect Ya Neck become instant classics. The group's strategy of allowing each member solo careers while maintaining the collective becomes a business blueprint. April 19, 1994, 20-year-old Nas from Queensbridge drops Illmatic and creates what many consider the greatest hip-hop album ever made. 10 tracks, 40 minutes, no filler. DJ Premier, Pete Rock, Q-Tip, Large Professor, all producing at their peak. Nas's multi-syllabic internal rhymes and vivid street poetry set a new lyrical standard. The album debuts at number 12 on the Billboard 200, selling around 60,000 copies first week. Commercially, it's a disappointment initially, but critically, it's immediately recognized as a masterpiece. The Source gives it their rare 5-mic rating. The album eventually goes gold in January 1996, platinum in December 2001, and is now certified 6 times platinum. Sometimes greatness takes time to be recognized. September 13, 1994, the Notorious B.I.G., also known as Biggie Smalls, releases Ready to Die on Bad Boy Records. Biggie's conversational flow, vivid storytelling, and Puff Daddy's commercial production create the perfect balance of street credibility and radio appeal. The album tells Christopher Wallace's story from birth to contemplating death, making it deeply personal and universally relatable. Ready to Die debuts at number 15 on the Billboard 200, selling 57,000 copies first week. Singles like Juicy, Big Papa, and One More Chance dominate radio. The album goes gold in 2 months, platinum within a year, and is now certified 6 times platinum. Biggie becomes rap's biggest star, bringing East Coast hip-hop back to commercial dominance. The mid-90s renaissance peaks but comes with tragedy. September 7, 1996, Tupac Shakur is shot in Las Vegas, dying 6 days later. March 9, 1997, Biggie is murdered in Los Angeles, just 16 days before his second album Life After Death releases. The East Coast-West Coast rivalry that created great music also claimed its 2 biggest stars. Hip-hop would never be the same, but East Coast hip-hop continues. Puff Daddy, now called P. Diddy, transforms Bad Boy Records into a commercial empire. His Shiny Suit era in 97 and 98 combines hip-hop with R&B hooks and expensive videos. No Way Out in 97 goes 7 times platinum. Some purists hate it, but it prints money. Meanwhile, new voices emerge. Jay-Z releases Reasonable Doubt in June 96, establishing himself as hip-hop's most consistent hitmaker. His combination of street tales and entrepreneurial mindset creates a new archetype, the CEO rapper. By 99's Vol. 3 Life and Times of S. Carter, he's one of rap's biggest stars. DMX explodes in 1998 with 2 albums, It's Dark and Hell is Hot, and Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, both debuting at number 1. His aggressive raw energy and spiritual struggle bring back hardcore rap's intensity. 1998 also gives us Lauryn Hill's The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, blending hip-hop with soul and R&B, winning 5 Grammys and going 8 times platinum. Before we wrap up these final years where East Coast hip-hop became pop culture's dominant force, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. We break down music evolution like this every week. By 1999, East Coast hip-hop had completed its journey from underground phenomenon to cultural institution. What started with Sugarhill Gang's party rap in '79 had evolved into complex lyricism, diverse production styles, and massive commercial success. The region birthed hip-hop and spent 2 decades proving its dominance. The Golden Age gave us technical innovation and lyrical complexity. The Renaissance proved New York could compete commercially with the West Coast. The late 90s showed hip-hop could be both artistic and profitable. Artists like Nas set lyrical standards that still matter today. Biggie proved you could be a street rapper and a pop star. Wu-Tang showed how to build a brand and business empire. These innovations didn't just shape East Coast hip-hop, they defined hip-hop period. From Run-DMC breaking down walls with rock to Public Enemy's political consciousness to Wu-Tang's mythology, to Biggie's storytelling to Jay-Z's entrepreneurship, East Coast hip-hop spent 20 years being hip-hop's creative engine. The sound changed, the production evolved, the business grew. But that New York attitude, that technical skill, that hunger to be the best, that never changed. If you love breaking down music evolution like this, drop a like and subscribe for more deep dives. Tell us in the comments, which era of East Coast hip-hop was the best? Was it the raw golden age, the lyrical renaissance, or the commercial takeover? Thanks for watching, and remember, from the Bronx to Brooklyn, from basement parties to Billboard charts, East Coast hip-hop changed the world. See you in the next evolution.